Greetings, my name is Raymond Boyce at the 12th Tribe of Israel headquarters in Citres de Martin, reporting for Channel 12 on the All Mansions of Rastafari Cannabis Rally, scheduled for Sunday the 14th of October at Woodford Square in Port of Spain. And just recently, on the 19th of September, the chairman of the All Mansion, Brother Clyde Noel, and publisher of the Frontline International, Rasikus Tafari, along with Claudius Fergus, had a panel discussion with presenter Shabaka Kambon at Radio 91.1.
Founder of the Caribbean Collective for Justice and the CARICOM Trade Farmers Union, Nazma Mullah, and a handful of supporters gathered outside the Parliament building on Friday.
An idea, you get a sense there of where the government was in July. Step forward now to September, and the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, says that the government will examine marijuana legislation in 2019. Many of them can't raise bail, so they rot inside the jail. That is a matter of social justice that needs to be addressed. It is my responsibility, he says, as leader of this country to have this matter properly examined, and I am in discussion with the Attorney General to determine how we treat with this problem.
So I will simply discuss the issue with the Honourable Prime Minister and obtain a directive on the position.
Based on the pressure from civil society, and we have with us in studio the chair of the All Mansions of Rastafari, Brother Trini Levi. And Brother Trini Levi was part of the protest movement, which Nazma Mullah, I have to say, ably conducted to get 10,000 signatures, was it, I think, to Parliament. He was part of that struggle. He's with us in the studio. First of all, brother, how do you feel about the shift in the government's position and the fact that civil society was responsible for it?
First, I must say greetings to the nation and the brothers and sisters at large who has continued the struggle for equal rights and justice, you know. Well, as we know, there is nothing more powerful than an idea which time has come. And no matter how hard the powers that be fight, we know that we are right. And we must break the whole band that keeps us asunder, you know. So that move there came in like a stitch in time. You know, it was at the right moment, at the right time, because when you see the news all over the world that in America a number of states has freed up the marijuana laws, and you know that even in Europe there's a lot of different
countries, yes,
that have
done the same,
seen great economic benefits. Why do we want to be the last? So you know it's something that...
Well, make a note, Canada is going all legal on the 17th of October. All the provinces in Canada will be totally legal.
Yeah, Dr. Fergus just said that South Africa has legalized as well.
Yeah, they just went...
Well, the court, it was a ruling of the Constitutional Court, which is the highest court in the land. Yeah. There's no appeal to Privy Council or anything there.
Yeah, now let me just say...
That decision was taken this week.
Here's my concern about the way Trinidad is heading. In the other countries, it seems that the authorities have looked at the data, analyzed it, and determined that this is the best way forward, not just for social justice reasons, but for economic reasons, for health reasons, etc. Trinidad, we are at the point where our government is saying they want to have a consultation, a kind of democratic decision next year. Does that worry you at all?
Why the conversation have to wait so long, and we are here right at the table now? Yeah, we are here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, does it worry you that it's going to be
does it come to be like it's a humanity crisis as in great proportion?
It's terrible injustice is taking place in relation
that so many brothers and sisters and family are destroyed.
Marijuana laws as they're currently constituted, you know, overwhelmingly affect the marginalized communities. We've always pointed out that there's this discrimination in the application of the laws in relation to the wealthy elite members of our society who belong in many cases to other races and to the African masses and Indian masses of the country. So it's interesting. I'm happy to hear the Prime Minister acknowledge that. But what I'm concerned about is that he's not standing up and saying he's going to engage in a kind of a, having looked at the data, this is where we're going. He's decided to say open consultation. What I'm asking you now is, how do you think that consultation is going? Where do you think we are at right now as a society collectively?
Because the powers that is driving the matter at hand isn't really being consulted on a rapid, progressive way. It makes the conversation look like it's in, as I say, you know, while the grass is growing, the cows are starving. So it's time, you know, if you know that something is wrong, like you know that the traffic laws, that, you know, today you go down to St. James and you see, today this street is a one-way street. You can't go down there, but because you know that it isn't working out in the right way, you decide, okay, tomorrow we change the street. I mean, come on. So that is why we decide. That is why we decide to take to the road and do our consultation among the public and try to create this awareness. Because if we had the proper tools and if the powers that be would work with us, then we can launch a nationwide from
a campaign
from town to town,
to
from
educate.
village to village, educating people and getting them aware of the misconception that was thrown at us from the beginning, where they would say to you, if a man smoke marijuana, he will go mad, he will jump off a building, he will rape people, and all these different conceptions.
Well, yes, because I want to say, point here, and it's something I wrote in the Holy Herb, is that in Trinidad has a history of legalization of herb.